The NFC North is going to be absolutely insane in 2025. We have the defending NFC North champions from 2024, the Detroit Lions. They lost Ben Johnson in division to the Chicago Bears, and their number one overall pick, Caleb Williams. They're looking to bounce back after a disappointing season. You also have the Vikings, first year as the starter, JJ McCarthy. Can he live up to what Sam Darnold did last year? And then, of course, you always have the most storied franchise in NFL history, the Green Bay Packers. They have talent. They have a quarterback. They have a head coach. James, who is the X factor in the NFC North in 2025?
It is going to be the Detroit Lions depth chart on the defensive side of the ball. You saw last year what happened. Aiden Hutchinson goes down. This guy goes down. This guy goes down. Bop, 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 bop. This year, hey, it's the Packers division, man. If there's no depth on the defense for the Lions, give me the Packers to win this division, Spence, because I want to be an owner of the team. Are you an owner of the team?
It's funny you mentioned that. I actually happen to be an owner of the Green Bay Packers. I own exactly one share. Not a fan. I'm an owner.
Just one. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, it's really the Lions. Of course, there's more to the depth of the defense. You know, you lose Aaron Glenn, you lose Ben Johnson to, head coaching jobs. What's that turnover going to look like? We've seen teams turn over both coordinators. I know for a recent example, the Eagles after Super Bowl 57 flipped coordinators like that, and it didn't look well after, the whole season. But for them, it's going to be that and the new coaches because, of course, the offense, skill-wise, they're going to be fine. For me, because last year, everyone predicted the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And then it just one fly after one fly. And then it just showed in the divisional against the Commanders that they just could not defensively hold up. So that's really my X factor for this division because I think the Vikings are not going to live up to what Sam Darnold did. I am excited to see JJ McCarthy, but I just don't see 12, whatever it was, 13-4, 12-5 last year. And then with the Bears, they're going to be the most intriguing on the offensive side. I know we've seen all the horrific videos of my man Caleb Williams flipping out.
Some of them were legitimately AI. Did you know? Did you know that some of them they got found out they were AI videos of people making really bad throws? I mean, some of them are legit. I'm not going to let him get off completely scot-free.
Oh my god!
But there was a lot of people. They were showing their internet literacy by not realizing it was AI. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, media literacy is important, guys.
Yeah,
don't fall for these AI videos.
Yeah,
and I love that you said that. My mom DM'd me on Instagram, and it was an eagle at night coming to take a dog off of the lawn, and she's like, "Oh my god, make sure you watch your dog." And I was like, "Mom, I love you. This is totally AI." And my mom is not even 50 years old.
Hey. You're talking about your mom? My mom fell into the Centel trap the other day. WNBA Centel with the Nets bordering the green badoing, whatever they want to call it for video's sake. Yeah, my mom fell into that trap, but she's 65. So
okay,
pass.
Yeah, pass.
Okay, thank you.
But back to the Bears, I'll say this. This is what I'll say. I think the NFC North is the greatest collection of head coaching talent in the entire NFL. There's no other division, top to bottom, that you'd be like, I want that guy to be my head coach. Let's go down the list. Dan Campbell in Detroit.
Yeah.
Matt LaFleur in Green Bay.
I want him.
Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota. I'd argue should have been the coach of the year last year. And then finally, the up-and-coming hotshot offensive mind, Ben Johnson, is the head coach in Chicago.
Yeah.
This is 4 head coaches that around the league, they probably end up in a top 10 list, all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Jiselle, let's ask you this. Who you got in the NFC North? What's your X factor?
What's my X factor for the NFC North?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. It's always fun to watch these teams because I feel like these are honestly like your vintage old, like true NFL teams. Like no matter what, you always want to see how these teams are doing because they've just been around for so long. I am attesting to a lot of what James said. Everyone thought and assumed that the Lions were going to go all the way. It was going to be the Lions year, making a huge comeback. Basically what we saw from the year prior. The only reason why they weren't able to surpass the Commanders is, like you said, James, they didn't have the depth. They lost some really key fundamental players for their defense. And from there on, when you lose those fundamentals and you're not able to replace them, not even half of what you're missing, it just is always going to fall flat. I think that there's a lot of optimism when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. I am a huge fan of Jordan Love. I love watching his game. His season last year was a little bit shaky. If I'm being quite honest, I really preferred him the year before. So I really hope that he shows out more than anything, because if he does, then I think it's going to be a battle ultimately between Green Bay and Detroit. And I'm going to say it now. I think the Packers are going to redeem themselves. Come on, cheeseheads. I know you guys have gone through it. You guys are missing Aaron Rodgers. You guys got y'all's new benefactor in Jordan Love. And I think you guys are going to be able to triumph this season. So that's exciting within itself. I do really like the Vikings. I love, Justin Jefferson. I always love watching him run routes and make these fantastic catches. And of course, his touchdown celebrations, chef's kiss. But with JJ McCarthy, I'm just not 100% sold that they will win 10 games or more. I think that they're going to be sitting between 7 to 8. I don't think they're going to go above the 8-game win threshold. Just my opinion, in case you want to make some bets.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Giselle, it sounds like you're a Sam Darnold believer. Okay, fair enough.
That's one thing me and Spence.
We are not Sam Darnold believers. That is, I'm not a fan of the guy. I think he was exposed the final 2 weeks of the season last year.
Oh, well, yeah, 100%. But I think the highest threshold is that they will win 7 to 8 games.
I think that's fair. I think I could see.
And the only reason why they would is because they have great talent like Justin Jefferson. But again, that team lacks depth and I think veteran status as well. If you don't have a really great, balanced, and smart QB that's able to deal with pressure right off the bat and have like that high IQ, it's always going to fall flat. So we weren't really able to see JJ McCarthy last season due to injury. And I don't have the highest of hopes. Just good luck, Vikings, because you're going to need it.
James, were you a big JJ McCarthy guy? I can't remember when we talked about JJ McCarthy coming out.
So when we did back when he got drafted, I know, of course, he led the Wolverines to a title versus the Washington Huskies.
Go Big Blue!
Yeah, I remember. I remember. I didn't think he'd go as high. For a while, I remember Spence. He was like a low first round projected, and then combine, and then pro day really shot up the boards. And of course, in today's game, man, hey, Kevin O'Connell saw somebody who he thought would fit his system perfectly. Of course, we couldn't watch him play this past season during the preseason because he got hurt. But I'll say it like this. I'm with Jiselle, but not at 7 and 8 wins. I think the Bears and the Vikings are going to be tied for third, both being 9 and 8. That's my prediction for both. Those two teams will be fun. I just think the Lions and the Packers are the only two teams making the playoffs from the NFC North.
100%.
Yeah, we're going to go 3 for 3 here. I think it's the Packers' year. I think Jordan Love will live up for the expectations of that contract that he got at the beginning of last year. And I'm with you, Giselle. It was a little bit of a disappointing year for him last year, but people forget, and James, you will attest to this, maybe you can make a case for the Rams, but I think of all the teams that the Eagles played en route to a Super Bowl victory last year, the Green Bay Packers actually gave them a really good run for their money. They competed more than the Commanders did or the Chiefs did in the Super Bowl. Packers actually, I believe it was a 1-score game late in the fourth quarter.
It was, yeah.
He did slide. That's right.
But no, it was a close game. I will say the Rams did give more of a run for their money just because they were literally
driving to win the game. That's right.
Yeah, I was like, please, for the love of God, this cannot happen. I swear this has to be the year the Eagles win. I swear.
Dude,
I'm stressed.
We'll talk about the NFC West later, but who do you have in third then? Because if we're all Packers 1, Lions 2, who do you have third? Tiebreaker. Hey, tiebreaker. I'm going to give the Vikings the tiebreaker.
See, this is the thing. Giselle's not wrong about when it comes to depth. And another thing we need to talk about, Jordan Addison, 3-game suspension. Yikes. That's 3 games without arguably the best number 2
Don't do that.
receiver.
No,
arguably, not mine. I said arguably.
Yeah.
When people would say, and since he's come into the league, pretty impressive on a per game basis. But nonetheless, with very mediocre quarterback play, a lot would say. But that to me is more a testament on one of my favorite head coaches in the entire NFL, and that's Kevin O'Connell. I'm a massive Kevin O'Connell fan, and I think the Vikings take the third spot just because of Kevin O'Connell just being a damn good head coach. But I don't think the Bears are going to be a bad team, even though they'll be
No.
fourth place in the division. I honestly think this is going to be a division where I would be shocked if anyone in the division finishes with a better division record than 4-2. I think these teams are
I
going to
agree.
beat the hell out of
Yeah.
each other all year long, and it's going to lower some of their records to a lower mark than their actual talent and how good of a team they actually are. But because they all got to play each other 6 times a year, they're going to beat the hell out of each other. I agree with you, James. Packers, Lions, they're going to be in the playoffs. But I do think the Bears, even though they'll be fourth in the division, I think they win 7 games.
Yeah, you know, I got both of them winning 9-8. Like they're 9-8. Fourth place is 9-8 this
Wow.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be so disappointing to be on the outside looking in at 9-8. Y'all let us know in the comments who is winning the NFC North in 2025. Who's the biggest X factor? Let us know down below.